Hey there, so here we are in Pearson International Airport in Toronto after a harrowing trip so far. I must say this whole travel thing is not that much fun anymore. We had a rough week moving into the new house, and then I'm flying out to New York to go and do the NFT.NYC Expo. And I was supposed to fly out at 12 this afternoon, last night, from Vancouver International Airport. Took an Uber, got to the airport. Just as I got to the airport, got a mail from Air Canada saying that my flight has been cancelled and that I've been put on another flight at 6 a.m. this morning. So that meant I had to go back to the airport, back home. Woke up at 2, 3, came back to the airport, and then since then it's just been like forever. You know, flew from Vancouver at 6 a.m. to Toronto, and then had to spend, because then the Toronto flight got cancelled and I got moved to another flight. So now I'm sitting at Toronto International for a period until 5:30 we start boarding a 6 p.m. flight from Toronto. But I gotta tell you, it's like crazy. It's amazing how many flights are getting cancelled and delayed and all kinds of things. I don't know, I think it's staff shortages at the moment, I guess. That's the main problem. And of course, the other nuts thing is that in the whole of Canada, you can walk around without a mask. You can go to sports events, you can go to restaurants, you can go to discos, you can party, you can club, you can do everything. You don't need a mask. But in the airport, you need a mask. And on a plane, you need a mask. So I arrived this morning at the airport ready to fly.
752 to Newark, taking passengers for Zone 5. All zones are invited to board. Please make sure your passports and your boarding passes are ready. Thank you so much.
Anyway, so this morning I get to the airport and I'm like, okay, cool, I'm ready to fly. And they're like, you can't go in without a mask at Air Canada. So I'm like, well, do you have masks? No, you don't. They don't have masks. You got to go down to 7-Eleven. They sell masks. So I go down to 7-Eleven. I mean, this is 3 a.m. in the morning. Go down to 7-Eleven, get there. They sold out of masks. And I'm like, so what do I do now? Where do I find a mask? And they're like, well, sorry, you can't have one, and if you don't have one, you can't fly. Luckily, there were 2 airport workers in the 7-Eleven. They were 2 guys standing there, and they were like, hey, you know what? The information desk sometimes has masks, but they're not open yet. So they somehow walked out, they walked in behind the information desk, started rifling through the drawers, and found a bunch of masks and handed me a pile of masks, and like, there you go, buddy. So at least I ran into some nice people that helped out. Anyway, so yeah, that's my day so far. Hopefully after getting ready for the first time at 7 o'clock last night to go to New York, I will arrive at New York tonight sometime. So I must say, I mean, the Canadian airports are great. It's just, I've got to tell you, we got to find a better way to do this. This is just nuts. This, like, forever. I mean, I've been scanned and checked and everything and probed so many times. It's crazy. You go into the airport, then they check your luggage, and you go scan everything. Then they scan you, then you got to take off your shoes, you got to take off your belt, you got to take off everything. Go through, then they scan you. Fly from Vancouver to Toronto, arrive here, then you got to get off and get scanned again, even though my luggage is checked in. I must say, you know, this is just, flying is not fun. Traveling by plane is not fun. It's almost as if they try and torture you. Somebody has forgotten that the whole idea is to actually go places and travel and have fun. Almost like the airlines are wanting you not to travel, or the airports. Any which way, that's just my little rant for the day. You all must have an absolutely brilliant one, and I'll start making some really cool videos. I'll tell you about our move and everything else that happened while we were out there in the last couple of weeks. This has been a little bit crazy. All right, folks, cheers.